praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to all the elders that's pushing this word, that's been staying loyal to this truth. Fellowship and honor and glory to the brothers that's bringing out this word today on this Shabbat, on the highways and byways, preaching the downfall and the destruction and death to America. Khan? Khan! 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 Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! First of all, we want to give honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is what the world ignorantly knows as God. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is what the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ. And who are we? We are the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
That's right. We come to wake our people up in the last days. Now, how you doing, brother? Good. All right, you got any questions?
I actually just came to listen.
Okay, all praises, all praises. So, what we all here doing is in the last days, we waking our people up and letting them know who they are according to the Bible, because I know the world have told us that we're African American. The world have told us we're black. You know what I'm saying? Which is the color of the sun. African American is two white men. If you look right here, Scipio Africanus is a European, and Amerigo Vespucci is also a European. So how is it?
You might trade.
So how is it that we have two Europeans, but yet we're named after two Europeans? You know, that's just something that just, you know, something you can think about, you know.
That's right.
So we just here to let our people know what thus saith the Most High says we are according to the Bible.
That's right.
So can, go ahead, all praise.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37.
Bring it up.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whithersoever the Most High shall lead thee.
See, so he said we'll be an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. So I don't know if you're aware of it, but back in the early 1800s, they used to parade us in different museums. They used to have us at sideshows. You know, when you got your arm cut off or trying to run from the slave master from the plantation, things of that sort. They would actually have you as an astonishment. African American, you know, black, you know what I'm saying? Those are all bywords. That's not who you really are. You know, so we're trying to enlighten our people and let them know what thus said the Most High said we are according to our true heritage. Because every nation has a true nationality. You know, not white. What's white? It's just the color. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hispanic, what's that? You know, the Bible doesn't say anything about a Hispanic person. Doesn't say anything about a black man. Doesn't say anything about a white man. You know, it may refer to a certain nation of people by its color, but that's not their nationality.
That's right.
That's right. This right here on the right, on your left hand side would be what the Bible would call you, far as our nation, and then on your right hand side would be what the world calls you, or the United States calls you. So, do you see yourself on that chart? Do you see yourself on that chart?
I see who they say I am.
Yeah, who do they say that you are?
They say that I'm American and I'm black.
Right.
No, I ain't no color.
And so,
I'm brown.
exactly.
This is black.
That's
All
right.
praises. See, so that's what we saying. We waking our people up to see that, because black is nothing but a crayon color. So if you went to the airport and went to the concierge and asked them, hey, you know, can I get 2 tickets to the land of black? They'll probably send you to a crayon box.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly.
That's
you
right.
know, China, a Chinese man, he get tired. Oh, I'm going back to China.
That's right.
They'll send him to China. You know, a Japanese say, I'm getting tired of America. They can go back to Japan. You see what I'm saying?
I was telling my wife that.
But we can't.
Everybody else can go back to their home, but us.
But us. Because
And
where's
we'll
home?
say our home is Africa, but Africa's a continent.
That's right, bro.
Right.
Take your time, bro. That's
That's
right,
right.
bro.
Honestly, the Bible shows us that the Most High hates Africans. So we are not even African. We are Israel. Go ahead, King. Bring it on. Yep. Go ahead, King. Watch this. Watch this.
This is the book of
All praises.
Baruch,
All
chapter
praises.
3 and verse 8.
Bring it on.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
No, I thought they told us we was free.
We are yet this day in our captivity.
I ain't got no chains on.
We are yet this day in our captivity.
We are yet this day in our captivity. Go ahead, King.
where thou hast scattered us.
They did what?
Where thou hast scattered us.
Because if you go to all the continents, you see us everywhere. Go ahead, King.
For a reproach.
For what?
For a reproach.
They hate us, man. Go ahead, King.
And a curse.
And a what?
And a curse.
You wondering why we living on the lowest living conditions in every city. Go ahead, King.
And to be subject to payments.
No, we don't pay no payments. We own our house.
And to be subject to payments.
I ain't got to pay my water bill.
And to be subject to
He
payments.
said we subject to payments. They may say you own your house, but you still got to pay land taxes.
That's right.
And if you don't pay your land taxes, guess what they're gonna do to your house? They're gonna take your
right.
house. Go ahead, King.
Right? According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the ways of the Most High Yahweh.
See, according to the iniquity, which is sin, according to the sin of our fathers. See, a lot of the things we go through was because our forefathers sinned. They broke the covenant. So we're going to go ahead and show you a little bit of the reason why we're in this situation. Can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse? We're going to give them verse. First, can we do Deuteronomy 1:1? And then we'll go to the curses and let you know the reason why we're going through the things we go through.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto all of who?
Unto all Israel.
Okay.
On this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tafel and Laban and Hazarath and Dazahah.
See, so are you familiar with the Bible? So you familiar when Moses had came to deliver the Israelites out of Egypt captivity? So that's that passage right there when he was delivering them from the Most High, that came and delivered them from out of captivity. And so before they went through the Red Sea, he had to have a talk. So that's where we're trying to let our people know that we're Israelites, because after our forefathers got delivered from that captivity, then there was actually a covenant, a set of rules that we had to follow. Thus said the Most High, because the Most High chose us. So go ahead, King, you got something?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
No, just the 10.
To do all his commandments.
Just to do great too.
To do all his commandments.
See, we had to do all the commandments, and we didn't hearken, which is listen. We didn't listen to the Most High God. Go ahead, King.
And his statute, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these good things,
all these curses,
all these great things,
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And so that's what happened. That's the reason why we're in these living conditions. Because these curses came upon us and overtook us. So give us verse 16. Give them a little bit of the curses in the truck.
Come on, King.
On that side.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Curse shall that be in the city, and curse shall that be in the field.
See, so curse shall that be in the city. So who has the worst living conditions in the city? Yep.
That's right.
And if you look on this list, on that right side, would you please tell me if those people in their respective countries have very abominable living conditions?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Every last one of them. Okay, so that's check mark 1, right? So curse shalt thou be in the field, right? The work field, the last hire, first fire. You see what I'm saying? Cotton, tobacco, all those different strawberry, all those different fields, right? Okay, once again, look at your right hand list. Does that group have abominable situations with field work as far as being of a captivity standpoint? Okay, that's check mark 1. Go ahead, King, go ahead.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15.
Bring it out.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15.
Bring it out.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
See, they will seek you early, right? The Most High is trying to get us back because of what we've been through. See, the Most High chose us to be a separate people above all people. Can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6? See, look, this is where the world will tell you that everybody's equal. The world will tell you that, you know, things are bygones and bygones. But let's see what the Most High said about his chosen people, Israel.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people
So in that account, holy means separate. Go ahead, King.
unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. So he called us to be a separate people to him. Go ahead, King.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee,
He has chosen who?
thee,
He has chosen who? He
thee,
has chosen thee. Watch this.
to be a special people unto himself,
Unto himself. So he called you to be a special people to himself. Go ahead.
above all people.
But I thought they said we were supposed to be equal to everybody.
Above all
I
people.
thought they told us we was below everybody.
Above all people
See, he called us to be above all people. Go ahead, King.
that are upon the face of the earth.
See, so above everybody that's on the face of the earth, he called us to be a great people, a great nation. Go ahead, King.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 14. Thou shalt be blessed above all people.
Above what?
Thou shalt be blessed above all people.
Go ahead.
There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. Let me jump up.
Go ahead, yeah.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
Because when he had turned Jacob into the nation of Israel, it was only him and his 12 sons. So we were the smallest of all nations. You see what I'm saying? But yet he chose us of all the nations. Go ahead.
Verse 8. But because the Most High loved you, and because he would keep the oath,
Because the Most High did what?
would keep the oath
Go ahead.
which he had sworn unto
See?
your fathers,
See, so he swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go ahead, King.
hath the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
See, because Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, see, he had us with a strong hand, and they were the mightiest nation. See, Babylon is nothing but a spirit. So no matter what country's running the world, they're Babylon. You see what I'm saying? So at that time, Egypt was Babylon. See, the only difference between Egypt and America is America's Babylon the Great, because it's all the Babylons combined in one. It's the last captivity. It's the seventh. And I don't know if you know anything about the Most High, but 7 means completion.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So this is our 7th captivity. So it's completion. So after this, and there's no more captivities. This is it. The earth is done. Because he said Esau is the first, and Jacob grabbed onto his heel. So this is it. Go ahead and bring that out, King.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
No, everybody.
O children of Israel.
You sure it say everybody?
O children of Israel,
See, he spoke these words only to the children of Israel. Watch this.
Against the whole family which I brought up from out. Salaki. Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
See, so once again, he's talking about bringing out the land of Egypt. Go ahead, King.
Saying, you only have I known.
I thought they knew everybody in the world.
You only have I known.
But he made everybody in the world.
You only have I known.
See, now why would the Most High say that only Israel have he known? There's 18 nations in the world. Most High made 18 nations. Israel is Yasharallah. That's the only nation that he knows. Out of all the nations in the world, only you do I know. Now why would he say that? You see what I'm saying? But as a father, do you have any children? So would you just let them do whatever they want to do? You see what I'm saying? So if you had a set of rules, which would be laws, statutes, and commandments, right? If you had that in your household and your child disobeyed them, would you just let them still play the PlayStation? Let them play the Xbox? You see what I'm saying? Just go running around driving the whip? No, you're not. You're going to punish them, right? Go ahead and finish that, King.
Of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
See, for all your sins. All your sins. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
I thought this was just the Bible.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And the law that endureth forever.
But I thought the law was done away with.
And the law that endureth forever.
I thought when Yahushua came, the law was done away with.
And the law that endureth forever.
Because see, beyond the shadow of a doubt, they told you all the laws were done away with. Oh, ignorantly known as Jesus Oh, when he came, he fulfilled the law, right? He didn't. He said no. He did. He only enhanced it. He gave you grace.
He took the sacrifice off the table.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Only laws that he did.
That's it. And he also established grace because if you remember when he was in the temple and that woman had committed adultery, by the law, what would happen to an adulterer? No, I'm talking about by the law. What would happen if you committed adultery back then? Yeah, exactly. So, but did she die? He gave her grace. That was the first account of grace in the Bible. See what I'm saying? So he established grace. But see, people think, oh, he knows my heart. Oh, I got grace. But no, that's not the case though. If you have rent due, right? Most places they give you a grace period, right? What happens with that grace period? No, I'm talking about, but when they give you a grace period, do it last forever? Oh yeah, okay, Shalaki, yep, you're right, and it does. Like they'll give you 5 days, maybe 3 days, but after that, if you don't pay it, then they're gonna start the eviction process.
That's right.
And that's the same thing with the Most High.
That's
The
right.
Son came and gave us a grace period for us to get the law, statutes, commandments back. See what I'm saying? If you look at all these brothers up here, that's why we all got fringes on with a border of blue. That's a commandment. See, everybody only know the 10, but it's 613 commandments that we're supposed to keep. Pork, we supposed to eat pork. You know about that one? Yep.
Working with my wife with that, with the baby.
You see what I'm saying? I see you already keeping the beard law.
I've been working on getting things in order in my household.
All praises.
All praises, brother.
All praises.
All praises, man.
I didn't want things being hurt with that.
Always.
All praises. But you know he'll grant you that all you got to do is continue to do your work.
That's right.
Because see, that's my rib right there. And see, and before I came into truth, guess what? We had them same battles, man.
Right.
We did. You can ask her. We had them same battles. But you know what? When she saw me following law, statutes, commandments, she saw me putting the ribbons on. I was gluing them on with a hot gun. She saw me start to grow my beard out. She saw the changes in me. The Most High was changing me and I was following the Most High. Then now she got on dress every day. You know what I'm saying? She took the pants away. That's another commandment. You know what I'm saying? When the words of the Most High come out, she got her head covered. That's another commandment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's submissive. You know what I'm saying? She follows me because Corinthians tell us, 1 Corinthians tells us that the head of Christ is Yahweh, which is, ignorantly known as God. The head of man is Yahweh, which is the word ignorantly known as Jesus. The head of woman is man. The head of children is the woman. You see what I'm saying? That's the divine order. But the world is giving you a chaotic order. You see what I'm saying? They put Jesus over God. That's where you get this guy from. That's where you got that guy from. You see what I'm saying? Because that is God to this world. You see what I'm saying? So, you go ahead. You got another precept? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
Shall do what?
Shall come to life.
Go ahead.
But such as leave it shall die.
See, so if we don't come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, then we're spiritually dead, man. Just like Ezekiel talks about in them dry bones in 37. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, King, bring it out.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speaking to everybody.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments
See, so that's like we were saying with all the brothers. Go ahead, King. Keep reading.
throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
See, so he said throughout your generations. So when does that end? Never.
Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Just the 10 or the 2.
All the commandments of the Lord, and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring. That ye may remember and do all my commandments.
To remember and do what?
All my commandments, and be holy unto your God.
See, holy is separate. Once again, separate to him and only him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was waiting for that to come up. So, but I was looking at y'all. And My wife always she likes to do stuff when I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's part of my culture.
That's right. All praises,
That's right.
King.
And I had a lesson where I was watching this brother from Israelite guy talking about the program. And he was saying how we're not required by law to wear them anymore because when God wrote the word onto our hearts, we had to wear the fringes for us to be reminded of, the commandments and things like that. But when God said that he would write the law in our heart, it wasn't a requirement by law to wear the fringes, but more for our culture.
Yeah, so that's a
That's a question.
So that's a future prophecy though. Because that's what we won't have to teach our brothers, but he's about to bring it out for you in Hebrews. Yeah, so, but when he said throughout your generations though, how long does that go? If I told you, hey, I want you to drive this car, and I'm gonna buy you a new car throughout your generations, when do I stop buying you a car? Exactly. Go ahead, bring it on, King.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
See, so he said he's going to make a new covenant, right? Go ahead, King.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
See, so not by that covenant. We're still underneath those covenants. Go ahead, King.
Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Most High. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Most High, I will put my law in their inward parts.
See, so is the law in our inward parts yet? Or do we still got to read to find out the laws? You see what I'm saying? So we're not at that covenant yet. Go ahead, King.
And write it in their hearts.
So is the law in your heart right now? Or do you got to remember them and go back to the Bible and read them and keep finding them out and keep finding them out? I don't know about you, but I don't know all 613 yet. But when the Most High put that in your inward part, you're going to know them all without having to look them up. You don't have to read to find them. Go ahead, King.
And I will write it in their hearts and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
That's right.
See? So as of right now, we're trying to wake our people up. So do the Most High have his people yet? See? So that covenant isn't yet. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
So has he made that new covenant yet? See what I'm saying?
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind.
You will do what?
I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest.
Yeah, see, so has that happened? You got a precept? Go ahead, King.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
See, and the beauty about that though is everybody wasn't given the law. Everybody's not Israelite. Only Israel was given the law in Romans. In Romans chapter 9, verse 3 and 4, it brings that out. Go ahead, King, bring that out.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
Yep.
Because he
Go ahead.
said, I'm just touching back to it. He was like,
How you in your rib asked you, like, you're gonna start wearing fringes, and you said that's what? Your heritage, right? So the laws of God is these people's heritage.
All
You
praise.
understand what I'm saying? So let me read it again and go to the next one.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The book of Sirach 17 verse 11.
Bring it out.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
See, he gave it only to Israel. He gave us the law for a heritage. Go ahead, King.
Verse 12, he made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments.
See, because he only showed us the judgments. And that's what we're going to in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Those were the judgments. You know what I'm saying? Cursed in the city, cursed in the field. You know what I'm saying? And more curses when we get to them. But those are only given to Israel. Only Israel knows them. If you read in Psalms 150, was it 149? Yes. Go ahead, bring it out, King. 149.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19.
19, bring it out.
Yeah, I can bring that out too. It's in there.
Okay.
Psalms 147, verse 19.
Bring it out.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
See, he only showed them to Israel, right? Go ahead, King.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with any nation. Not the nation of Edom, not the Moabites, not the Ishmaelites. He ain't showed no other nation but Israel. Go ahead, King.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High.
You know why he said praise ye the Most High, right? Because if somebody else knew him, then that means that they also would be part of the covenant. You see what I'm saying? But praise ye the Lord, because don't nobody but us know those judgments. That makes us Israel. Go ahead, King.
The book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
He also exalted the horn of his people,
Of his people,
the praise of all his saints,
the praise of all his saints.
even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High.
Praise ye the Most High. You see what I'm saying? You got a precept, King? Go ahead, bring it out.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
That's
See,
right.
and that's another commandment. You know what I'm saying? That's a commandment that we got to meditate in this thing day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't, then how would you know your heritage? Because the Most High is just now giving us our heritage back. He's waking us up. When have you saw anybody on the street corners bringing out the Bible?
I'm up top.
Oh yeah, you see it all the time. See, and I'm 44, and I ain't never saw it. I'm from Michigan.
I've been here 5 years doing that. I just don't do it.
Oh, praise.
All praise, man.
Sleeping on boardwalk in the rain city.
Yeah.
Walking all night just to keep myself from falling asleep where I shouldn't be. And
I gotta do too much.
I came here, got my wife, we was about to buy a house,
Oh, praises, King.
having our own seeds together. So this is something that I asked God for 7 years ago. And I'm just sharing this with y'all, that I asked him to show me who he was, who I was. I had a colostomy when I was born. My parents told me I wasn't supposed to make it. So I've always felt like I had this reason why I was. And at a point, it came where I can ask God to show me everything about me, my people, and my family. And thank God he's been doing that. And he took me through a nice little road where he brought me back to him completely.
Oh, praises, King. That's a curse. Go ahead, King. Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and I'm going to start at verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness.
With what?
With madness and blindness.
Go ahead.
And astonishment of heart. Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday,
You shall grope at noonday. Go ahead, King.
as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy
You
ways.
shall not what?
Thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
You think about it, man. No matter what, we may own a company here and there, but you don't own it all the way. You're just a sub company for somebody else. Or you might have a small business. But how many people you know own a corporation the magnitude of like a Nike? You see what I'm saying? Or the magnitude of like a Reebok or something that's just huge and worldwide. A Walmart. No, it's not gonna happen. Go ahead, King.
So like, And thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore.
You be what?
Oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee.
And everybody will save us.
And no man shall save thee.
What about the stimmy?
And no man shall save thee.
See, no man will save us, man. It's only one person that's going to redeem us. It's your Ahrayah. You already know. Go ahead, King.
All right, this is to go in to show that that Jesus wore fringes. You know what I'm saying? So this is Matthew 14:36. And besought him that they may only touch the hem of his garment, and as many as touched were made perfectly whole. So I'm gonna go to another translation.
Did they touch the hem of his heart?
Like the hem of his garment.
Okay.
So let me see. The ESV.
There you
And
go.
implored him that they might only touch the fringe of his garment.
That's right.
And as many as touched it were made whole.
That's
Let me
right.
just One more
Right.
thing, God. One more thing. So we just gonna go into the definition of hem. Hem. Of a garment, the fringe of a garment, the Jews attach much importance to these because of the regulations in Numbers 15 and 38. These borders or fringes were in process of time enlarged so as to attract special notice. The hem of Christ's garment touch. So that's just to go to show that he wore fringes and we're supposed to be like Christ, so we gotta wear fringes.
Let me back right up to that. And this red letter, this is Ahrayah right here. Speaking of the law, because he said Numbers 15:38, we brought that out to you, right? So he's going back and forth, showing you the different laws and showing you that Christ never said you can just do whatever you want to. I'm here, I'm gonna die on the cross, now you can go party, turn up, and BS all day, right? So let me get this for you real quick. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
Bring it out.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass,
See his heaven and earth pass? Okay.
one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Verse 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments,
Which is the fringes, keeping your beard, covering your head, wearing a dress, right? Go ahead, King.
and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
See what I'm saying? So that's why when we tell brothers something, that's why you got to be careful. Because also in Revelation chapter 22:18, he says, if you add the plague to the plagues in this book. And then verse 19 goes on, if you subtract your name from the book of life. So when you telling somebody about this book, the laws, the statutes, the commandments, and things of that sort, you got to be careful with that thing, man. You better make sure for sure that you've gotten that thing and you researched it. Because the Most High can go ahead and whip you out for it.
All right, another precept. John, Salaki, 1 John chapter 2 and verse 7.
Bring it up.
Brethren, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment which ye had from the beginning.
So he telling you commandments once again in the Old Testament. See, a lot of people, when they say, oh, the Old Testament was done away with, the New Testament wasn't doing nothing but reciting all the prophets from the Old Testament. So when people say the Old Testament's done away with, I don't understand why they saying the Old Testament's done away with. Go ahead, King.
The old commandment is the word.
Is the what?
Is the word.
And if you go to the word, John, the first chapter, first verse, in the beginning was the word, right? Go ahead, King.
Is the word which ye have heard from the beginning. And I got one more thing. Can I take it, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
And if you need fringes, like we'll help you get a whole week's worth of fringes to wear. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep you in them laws. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, because we love our brothers, man. And we don't want to see none of our brothers, get punished from the Most High for the least commandment. So yeah, man, you got the numbers on there too, so you can reach out anytime, man. It don't matter, whenever. Go ahead, King.
Remember how the brother was just saying when you can't add and take from the word, right? So the law, what the brother was just reading, was established from the beginning. I'm going to pull you the same scripture that they was pulling from Moses that John the Revelator said in the book of Revelations. They're going to say the same thing. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High.
Do what?
That ye may keep the commandments of the Most High,
See, we got to keep them, man. Go ahead.
your power, which I command you. And let me back that with that Revelations 22. Revelations 22 verse 18. For I testify unto every man that hear the words of this prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High will add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Like you ain't got to wear the fringes because it's around your heart. See what I'm saying? Go ahead, King.
Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book.
See what I'm saying? So we just got to be careful, man, when we're doing this thing, man. We just got to be careful. We got to make sure we uplifting our brother and not destroying our brother. You know, because we should not cause our brother to err. That's a commandment as well. You know, if you love, because he say, if you love, say you love me, who you never saw, and hate your brother, because if you causing your brother error, that's not loving him. So we just got to be careful. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
See, so let her not put him away if you okay to be with him. Go ahead, King.
And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
See, so if she okay with him not being in the truth, and she love him still, and it's okay because she still keeping the Most High, you can't leave her. Go ahead, though, King. Finish it up.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Elsewhere your children unclean, but now are they holy.
See, but now they holy because one of y'all believe and y'all bringing them children up in the law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, man. So is there anything else you want to know, King?
Joy, fellowshipping with y'all.
All praises.
All praises. All praises.
My wife, I told my wife, I said, hey, I think they was out there. She's like, ooh. I'm like, I think I see some Israelites out there.
Con.
The plaza the other day.
That's right,
Why
that's
you
right.
just- I'm like, the phone's on. I'm like, I ain't have my phone, so I couldn't call you to get it. I'm like, last thing I wanted our house to get
All praises.
Right.
But she's like, next time you see next time, I'm definitely stopping.
That's
All praises, brother.
Go ahead, King.
We get you built up, brother. You be on this side with us, brother.
All praises, King. You got to do a
Built
lot,
up in the
man.
spirit, man. You be on this side, brother. You gotta, I can see your zeal, man. You have a zeal for
God.
brother. Get you built up. Get on this side.
That's right, huh?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. And like I said, the numbers is on there, man. Call anytime, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get on the videos, their congregation of the mighty. You know, we soldier Yahweh, but we all one family underneath the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get a hold of any of them emails, man. Any of these brothers, man. They great brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? They built me up too, bro. So, I mean, you can call any of these brothers, man. They'd love to give you any advice, pick you up. If you need some gas, whatever, man. You need some fringes, whatever you need, man. You know what I'm saying? This group of brothers, man, hey, I love my brothers, man.
That's right.
That's right.
I'd do anything. I'd die for my brothers.
That's
up there,
right.
man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to get on our side. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Bring it up.
And now Israel,
Now who?
now Israel,
Now this brother right here?
now Israel,
Go ahead.
what doth the Most High thy power require of thee?
So what do the Most High require of you, Israel? Because you know you're Israel, right? So what do he require of you? Yep. He finna tell you. Go ahead, King.
But to fear the Most High thy power,
To fear the Most High.
to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Verse 13. To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
Just the two.
Just keep the commandments.
To keep all the commandments is 613. And that's why we got to lean to our brothers, because it's something that you don't know. That's why he said, how can two agree? He said two is better than one. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's something that you don't know, somebody else gonna know.
That's
but
right.
he said threefold is unbreakable.
That's right.
Go ahead, King.
To keep the commandments of the Most High and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
For your good. So he's saying from this moment on, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep the commandments. We'll go ahead and get a couple more precepts. I'm going to let the next mighty speaker bring it out.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
See, so this is the conclusion of the whole matter from the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Because the Most High, he sums it up on these two verses.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Fear who?
Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
So this is the whole duty of man. Not to you can get the baddest whip, the sweetest crib, the finest chick, hang out with the most, get the most fattest pocket, the best J's, the sweetest pants. No, it ain't all about that. He said to fear God and to keep his commandments. That's why he made us. That's it. That's your whole reason for being here, man. There ain't no other reason. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Most High, everybody make it complex, man. They start putting that money in there. Esau put that money in effect and it changed again. And you got another precept, King? Hey, King, you got another precept? All right, with that being said, man, Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
And death to America.
Death to America. Hey man, give that brother a mighty hand in the spirit. Man, brother broke it down beautifully.